lights of the club. Do I have to sing like? Do I have to sing it off? Somebody wants to... Do I have to sing an
Still.
intro? It wants me to sing an intro, I think. There we go. It's begun. It has begun. Good morning, good evening, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Toonkind 12 FPS. My name is Kieran. I am the server's local soundboard. I make funny hee-hoo noises with my mouth. Sometimes make you go hee-hoo, and sometimes make you go bah. Hopefully today, it's more of a hee-hoo. I have someone with me. I have not played with in such a long time, and I have missed them, and I hold them, and I bring you up to the light, and I hold you up like a tiny Simba figurine. Please introduce yourself.
And I go E, as I am VB.
It's the VB. You were my very first FPS partner, and now look at us. Once again,
Look at us.
converging in the timeline.
We meet again.
You meet again. The last time.
I sure hope not.
So do I. I handshake you on that, man. Okay. Oh, speaking of, who are you playing?
Today I will be playing the 7-foot-tall detective dog, Manny Chrimes. The beloved dog detective who probably causes more problems than he actually solves.
I'm so sorry. That's his full name?
Yes, his full name is Manny Chrimes.
No! How did I not know this? I didn't know! How did I know this? This is news to me. Okay, okay, that's interesting. And you'll find out who I'm playing in a little bit. Because gosh dang, hey, do you wanna tell me what's a typical day in the life of Manny Chrimes?
Well, Manny Chrimes, he is walking around. He's walking around down the streets. He's looking out. He's keeping his eye out for any crimes, any evildoers, any troublemakers.
You want to roll perception for that? Want to put your sniffle to the test?
Yep. I will sniff out all the crimes of the city.
I just realised I don't have my character sheet up yet. It's still not loading. Don't make that noise at me, computer. Give me a moment. My PDF file isn't loading. Let's have a look what you're 18. Okay. That's a pretty
He's
good
got his
roll.
eyes peeled.
Give me a second. I'm still trying to load up my PDF. It takes like 5 to 10 minutes and it's not loading up. I will say with an 18, you look around, it's not super busy. What time of day do you think it is? Is it like morning, afternoon, evening? What kind of prowling time does this dog tend to snoop out at?
That's a great question. He's normally walking whenever he's not in a case or anything. But I'd say if he's walking around, I'd say it's rather early morning. He still is looking for the daily adventure.
Early morning, okay, excellent. Right. I will roll a thing once my computer lets me, because unfortunately I do not know this character's everything off by heart. But I will eventually when my computer decides to not be a butt. But yeah, if it's early morning, then you've probably just seen like most of the kids get dropped off by their parents at school. There's probably like a lot of parents having dropped off their kids and now they're walking back or catching up with Sarah and with Joe and with little and they're all probably just going to a cafe quickly, grabbing a quick spot of lunch before they head off to work, kind of deal. It's, you see a lot of people just kind of moving about. And there we go. That's what I wanted. Let me just roll this and see how it goes. Well, yeah, what you see.
Ooh.
That's what you see. Yeah, so there doesn't seem to be any crime of any sort. It's it's a typical morning. I would say there's probably like like a coffee shop open somewhere, and you can smell the scent of freshly brewed coffee and tea. There's like a little, not a hot dog. There's like a newspaper stand with all sorts of magazines. There's like Home Ec Monthly. There's a section specifically for rubber balls. Which so that is kept
Ooh.
behind a glass case, and you can see some of the police officers nearby are looking at that with hungry eyes as they sip their morning coffee. Like Rubber Ball Weekly, like there's a new ball come out that's like it has extra squeak and it's even tougher and it's even harder to take apart. Like it's the extra squeaky ball.
I want to say, as you're like describing this ball, Manny has just like his face pressed against the glass, looking at it starry-eyed.
Wagtail.
He wants it. He needs it.
He wants it. Oh man. The guy stand like this is in Villestown, so the guy behind the stand is just kind of he's a UPA and he's just standing there looking at man, kind of giving you the eye like, are you gonna buy anything or ooh okay.
No, he just continues to stand there looking at the ball, happily wagging his tail behind him.
Well, it's funny that you should say that because as you are wagging your tail, you feel something bump against your tail and then kind of bump into your back, and you hear a very quiet, muffled, "Oh, excuse me," as they walk past you. You've been jostled a little bit, but hey, it's early morning. There are still people around, and it was probably an accident.
Manny, instantly being touched and bumped into, he just kind of jolts up. Unfortunately, he does not have the best reflexes as he begins to snarl a little. He's kind of looking around him like, who did that? Who's responsible?
As you start snarling, some people start to back away. Most of the people with coffee cups in their hands just give you a dead-eyed look because, dude, it is the early morning, it's the early morning kids drop off. Snarl all you want. I've seen cougar moms and all sorts of parents with worse faces. There are many students, like college students, looking at you with probably the worst looks on their faces. I'm not gonna lie to you. No one is impressed. I mean, you can roll intimidation if you really want to see how well this comes out.
Telling you have feminine hips, man. He's not really trying to intimidate anybody. It's rather more of the fact that he's mad. Somebody distracted him from his ball. Who's responsible?
Well, I will say, you did roll an 18 and I only rolled a 13. You see someone weaving away from you, in the crowd. You kind of just walked through what seems to be like, a caravan of, like, what's the word? Um, Sorry, give me a second. I'm trying to think of the word. What's the word? Load of like dads. It's just like a bunch of dads, and they're all kind of just walking away, with like little cups of like china teacups in their hands, and like little hats on their heads, like not even like hats the size of their head. They're like the tiny mini top hats that are tilted to the side slightly. Um, they're all just
Beloved.
sipping this fancy tea and having a good chat and walking around in their Crocs and socks. And this person just slips between them and goes around the corner. And with an 18, um, hey, you wanted that thing, right? You wanted that newspaper with the ball in it. You want that?
Yes.
You want that freaking ball? Yeah.
I want that ball.
You wanna buy it?
No.
You're not gonna buy it.
No, he only wanted to look.
Oh.
Unfortunate.
That is a shame. I will say though, the person behind the stall just goes, unless you're gonna buy anything, I'd suggest you move on, buddy. And they just kind of jerk their thumb into the crowd.
And Manny, with that, does leave. He decides to go in the direction of the person who bumped into him.
Cool. You're quite a tall boy. So you see this person. You see this person is walking through the crowd, and as they do pull out they do pull out something from like a sleeve. It's kind of odd because they're wearing a long cloak, and the hood
Oh.
is pulled up. Um, it's it's not a dark cloak. Well, it is a dark cloak. It's like a dark green cloak, almost black, almost black. You see them pull something out of that. Take a look through the contents of it, and hey, could you roll me? Could you roll me a quick perception on yourself?
On myself.
Yes.
Oh. Hold on. Okay, that's my perception. 10.
Then,
No.
well, it's kind of odd because you pat yourself over, perhaps you're like, huh. You do look over this person. You can see over this person. They're about 20 foot away from you, but your keen eyes can
Hmm.
see that this person. Hey, there's something in. They're like got like a wallet in their hands. They're kind of just flipping through it, like pulling out, like seem to be counting out change and like bills and such. And they pull out a picture.
Uh,
And hey, would would Mann have anything in his wallet? Think any picture of
he
sort?
wrote, he doesn't really have pictures. Well, except for his dumb partner Max, but uh
Well,
okay, I want to say that every single picture you see of Max is like this incredibly blurry, distorted, almost demonic looking rabbit thing.
excellent.
But another thing that may be of interest within the wallet is a very shiny police badge.
Hmm, that's fun. Well, you see this person is rifling through. They kind of stop as they look at the. I will say they're also not really watching. Actually, I should roll perception for them. Let's see how well you're actually looking where you're going. You're a professional, please. That's a 10. It's early. Yeah, you can kind of see they are getting a little bit bumped into, but despite that, they're just kind of like going through this wallet, and you recognize the pictures of your partner, and then they pull out the police badge, and you see them kind of freeze, and they slowly look from where the hood has been looking down. They slowly look up, and they slowly slide the badge back in. Slowly put all like the change and the cash in order, and then slowly clip it shut, like make sure the wallet is shut, and then they toss it to the side and book it.
And Manny instantly just I want to say that Manny does not care. He's going through the center of every single group
Oh my
on the
god.
sidewalk.
You want to roll me a
And
strength check there? Or an
okay,
athletics to see if you can barge through the morning
I'll
rush
do
of
an
school?
athletics check, but okay.
It's 16.
16. Good.
Well, you certainly
Go ahead.
managed to push your way through most of these guys. There's like
Uh,
you do like knock yourself into like a dad, like a really buff, muscular dad, but he turns around and you just see like he's like, ow, as you hit his funny bone. He's like, ow, he's a funny bone, ow, and he's just clutching his elbow, and then everyone kind of parts away because like, oh, are you all right? Oh dear, are you all right? Yeah, no, my elbow really hurts. And it's like, oh dear, and they all just kind of fawn over this poor guy in his giant muscle body and his poor little hurt funny bone, and you make your way through pretty easy. This figure falls.
Apologies, sir. And I do want to say that I want Manny to like chase after the criminal, stop, like, oh, I gotta grab my wallet, run back, grabs the wallet, and then resumes the chase.
Okay, cool. You wanna roll me? Let me just roll. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Let's roll this instead.
Manny is an incredible detective.
You're an amazing detective, Manny.
No, okay, go ahead.
So coming up to a crossing, you're chasing this figure, and they are darting and weaving between the crowds, with relative ease. They look like they've done this a few times, kind of deal. And you come up to a four-way crossing. like a crossroads kind of deal. And you see that the lights, just as this person runs toward the lights, they turn red for you to stop. And cars start moving. And this person just runs into the middle of the road.
Oh no.
I mean, would Mann do anything, or?
Wow, that's an incredible question. So you're just stuck in the middle of the road,
I mean,
or
not quite. I was just gonna see if Mann would do anything first. Just seeing this person about to run into traffic.
seeing them about to run into traffic?
Yes.
Oh boy. I'm thinking, what would Mann do?
What would Mann
we do the only most logical thing: pull out the pistol and start firing.
Oh my god, man, got through the crowd. There are still fucking people around. Are you? You know what? Okay, you want to fire? You want to fire? You want to shoot? You want to pull out a firearm and shoot? Go ahead. Roll to fucking hit. I dare you.
He's not trying to. Okay, he's not trying to shoot the person to hurt them. He's trying to shoot them to make them stop. So, okay, listen. Mm-hmm. Manny is a great detective. He's good at doing his job.
No, I can see this. He's doing so well. Already he's doing so well. And I hold him so softly.
Listen, if you knew his inspiration, you would know why he's like this.
I get the feeling I would. Sadly, I don't. And I will do it that way, because I love Mann. Just already. He's just a good boy.
He's a good boy. 16 to...
16 to hit? That doesn't hit. So it is, you see, Manny, you pull out your gun, and you fire. You fire, and the bullet is, what are you trying to aim for, I should say? Like, are you trying to aim
I was trying to aim for the foot.
Well, you certainly do aim for the foot. The thing is, man, you're not really paying attention to where the foot is. So by the time you've kind of aimed for the foot and fired, you realise, oh wait, this person has not only run straight into traffic, they're bolting over the cars that are coming their way. They're just sliding over the bonnets. They're doing back spring handstands off the top of these larger like SUV cars, and they finally hop onto the back of a moving lorry as it goes past, and your bullet just kind of dinks off the top of a car, and ding, 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 starts to ping pong between the cars as they go through, before eventually dinging into the side of a building with a So the person you're chasing is now hanging off the back of a lorry, their cloak flapping in the wind, trying in earnest to, heck away.
Fair enough. And Mann, he tries to keep up with the best he can on foot, trying to not lose sight, but I'm gonna quickly roll athletics to see how far he can run to keep up. 21! Oh boy!
Okay, maybe.
21 to keep up, but like he's trying to find like where can he like intervene? Like where's the perfect time to like actually cross the street and catch them?
Well, the thing is, the lorry has kind of started to turn to a corner down the end of the street. And I gotta roll a strength check. A dex check. Let's roll a dex check. Let's see.
I completely forgot about something. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Never mind. Go ahead.
No, what did you want to do?
No, I just forgot that Mann had a +2 modifier when it comes to making attacks with ranged weapons.
Remember that for later.
I will.
You see this lorry turn around a corner, and it's going a little bit wide, and you see this person is hanging onto the back, uses both their hands to cling onto the back of two large poles that are basically the doors, keeping it shut as it turns around the corner. And the lorry is slowing down in having to turn, so you can catch up. So yeah, you've got a chance to catch up and do something while this person is trying to cling onto the back of this lorry and not fall off.
Manny is once again going to do his ever so brilliant idea of well, actually, as he was running, he was reloading his gun, and as he sees it turn, he kind of like slides out and once again is aiming his gun.
Go ahead and
So
fire.
that's a +7 to hit. 24.
Oh,
He
that
is.
hits. Where are you trying to hit?
He's trying to aim for the hands to make them let go.
Ooh, what, like, so actually hit hand, or like?
Oh, actually,
what kind of bullets you got? Is it like rubber bullets or?
Okay. You know what? Can I change my answer? I want to hit the poles in a way that it forces the back to open up.
Oh, excellent! Oh, yes, no, that's excellent.
Okay, that's better.
Yes, you reach up, you aim, and with pinpoint, pinprick precision, you fire off. And you just blink into a dent that was in between the doors of this lorry door. Because sometimes lorry drivers don't shut the doors properly, and sometimes when they do, they don't do it in the right order. You need to slam one door and then the other, and sometimes it can leave a bit of a dent or a bit of a gap. You have just launched a bullet into that, and you can hear it going to ding 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 start to rattle inside of the gap. The person holding onto the doors does too, and they look down before they can let go. Out the back of that truck. It's funny you didn't notice until now. But you, as you get nearer, you hear like a boing, 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 boing in the back of this truck, and this person has little to no chance to react as back doors of this truck spring open. And man, you roll me a whiz save.
Oh, I need a whiz save?
Yes, I will tell you why in a second.
Okay, that's incredible. Okay, that's a +2. 9. No. Incredible.
9? Oh dear.
Oh dear, indeed.
So unfortunately, you don't resist the call. As out the back, almost in slow motion for you, you see the perp go flying, and your eyes are drawn to the multicolored balls falling out of the back of this van, out of the back of this lorry. There are balls of all shapes and sizes. There are tennis balls, there are basketballs, there are rubber balls, soccer balls, rugby balls. There are so many balls. Then your eyes are drawn to another ball. It's the newest ball in the range. You saw it. You saw it in the magazine earlier today. There's one there. And you rolled a 9 on your whiz save. I've got to roll another thing for this person because, man, you save yourself. Yes, they can. Oh, I'm gonna get how this goes. And see, this person almost looks like they're going to hit the deck, and they start kind of almost do, but then they kind of do a little twirl in the air and manage to like bounce themselves off one of the balls, and they play a little bit before they bounce off another ball and bounce off another ball and bounce off another ball, and they're bouncing off of balls that are still flying out the end of this lorry. And the lorry, by the way, has screeched to a halt. There is as trucks and other cars pass by, and like, what the hell is going on? And then you see this person kind of getting into a groove now, going between these balls like a pinball, before landing on the ball, your ball, the new ball, and they land on it like a clown in a circus. And then you see them kind of wobble a little bit, look around, and you see the hood slowly turn towards. Actually, I'm gonna roll perception. Can they see you?
I was actually gonna ask, kid. You know what? No, you cannot. You know what? With that, I'm actually, since you rolled an 8 to perceive Manny, can you make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage because you don't see?
Disadvantage. Okay. Would you like a 24 or a 25?
I'll take the 24, but basically, I want to say that as you're balancing on this ball, you jump up just in time as you see Manny just flying at the ball.
I just imagine it's like there's like a sense, like a ding, an exclamation part. Well,
Manny's moving so fast, he's just a smear frame.
it's like between one bounce and the next, whilst they're trying to make their getaway because they can't see you, but they still want to be out of the freaking area. From one bounce off the ball to the next to try and get it moving, it's just gone, and they kind of land with the wobble on their feet, and they look up, and Max is just chasing the ball down the street. Just a moment.
Man. Oh. Oop. Sorry, folks.
Apologies, I
we
had
got a
someone come into my
problem.
room.
Alrighty. It's Mann, not Max. Max is different.
Max? Did I? Who's that?
Yeah, you called him Max.
I don't know no Max. I don't know.
You said Max chases the ball down the street. It's Mann. Mann chases the ball down the street.
You're right.
You're fine.
It is Mann. I don't know no Max. This is Mann. But yeah, no, Mann is happily chasing the ball down the street, I guess. I mean, you want to roll to catch the ball?
Absolutely. Okay, so what do I roll to catch the ball?
That's completely up to you.
Whew. I want to say I'll make a dex check because this is a bouncy ball. It's bouncing.
Roll for it.
6. No, it's too bouncy for Mann. As he continues to just like pounce, fall face first into the concrete, look around. Oh, there it is. He pounces again, face first into the concrete. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. And it just continues like that.
Can I suggest that he does this thing that dogs and cats do where they try to hide it and they push it further away, and they try to hide it and they push it further away?
Yes. You just have a 7-foot tall dog out in the street doing this.
Man, you know... Gosh. No, you know what? No. This is what they're gonna do. I know what they're gonna do. Give me a second. Right, yeah. Cool. And then we're gonna try... no one sleight of hand, anything. I will say eventually with a 6, you don't catch the ball, I'm afraid. It kind of rolls you down, rolls down an alleyway. It kind of leads you on a bit of a weird winding trail. You kind of underneath people's tables at a cafe, and they're like, "Oh, hey!" As you scurry under the tables, chasing the ball. You end up running through like an open...
I do want to say for Manny's size that he probably flips a lot of the tables.
Oh, absolutely. No, absolutely you do. And then the ball rolls into an open art gallery, and just lots of ripping, tearing, shh, hey! And Mann probably comes out wearing some very strange things, and probably with lots of like art pieces draped off of him. Eventually this ball will roll down the street. And eventually, I will say, eventually the ball does stop. It stops and tinks against the side of a trash can. It's no longer moving. Man, now's your time to pounce.
Yes.
You don't have to do anything. You can just get the ball.
Mann is triumphantly holding the ball in his mouth. Hurrah!
Huzzah, you have the ball.
Yes.
Man. Hey man, you wanna roll me a perception, buddy? You have the ball, but where the hell are you?
7. Oh no. Mann got too focused on the ball. He didn't realize where he was running.
Oh dear. Man, you look around the street and you don't think you recognize this area. Well, there's on your left, like on the left, on the side of the road you're on, and a bit further down, there's like an open food market kind of place. You know, the place that sells veggies and fruits. And there's a hawker who's kind of just like crowing about their magical fruits and vegetables, and they hold up a banana that is that's a banana, but it's purple, and then they hold up a tomato, but it's like a weird shade of greenish yellow, not like an actual normal shade of tomatoes that come in that color. It doesn't look right. They're just holding up lots of different weirdly shaped fruits and veggies. And on the other side of the street, there's a jewelry shop, and there is another strange door that your eyes kind of just slide over. And then there is like just there isn't there's another building, doesn't have a door in it. Um, and yeah, that's where you're at the moment. You can't see the perp anywhere.
Mann kind of looks around. He looks up, down, everywhere before just kind of growling to himself. Gives an angry squeak of the toy before he continues walking down. Curse, stupid ball. And he just squeaks it again.
It makes a noise.
He just continues to squeak it. Listen. The guy may have gotten away, but he's got a ball. Nothing else matters.
That's all that matters. Um, hmm. Hmm. Let me just think of something quickly because hmm. You know what? I'm gonna roll one of these. Let's let's see how well this goes.
Don't get me wrong. Manny has just returned back to patrolling. He's keeping his eyes peeled for anything.
Ooh,
But go ahead.
ooh,
Oh, oof.
um,
Oof.
okay. Okay, interesting. You're looking around and you're trying to find the perp and you can't see anyone. You see someone in the jewelry store window is kind of polishing all the jewels, and obviously there's that guy with the market stall place with his fruits and veggies crowing about them. There's that weird door, you just kind of slide your eyes over that one. You do notice there's someone sitting on the steps outside of that house with no door, or that old building with no door. Um, they appear to be a real kind. And they seem to have a slight bluish tint to their skin. They have strange black marks, like black spots just under their eyes. They have black hair. They're shorter than you, pretty short. And they're wearing like it seems like they're wearing quite a few layers of clothing, or at least like multiple t-shirts or some such. It's kind of hard to tell like gender from here. They're just sitting on the doorstep of the place, kind of people watching, um, and they just kind of look at you with lidded eyes and lift a hand and give a slight wave.
Manny is definitely waving back, and he just unfortunately turns his attention back to, like, where's that perp? Where's that? You know what? He eventually decides, screw it. I'm not gonna find somebody in a town like this alone. I'm not. He doesn't even. Okay, he rarely even visits Villestown, so he's not even local there.
Damn, this must be very strange for you, buddy. Whole new different town.
Not really. He moves towns very often.
Fair enough.
So he's used to being in a new location constantly for every episode.
Incredible.
He walks up to the blue elf with a excuse me. Well, actually, it probably sounds incredibly weird, like a excuse me.
This person just kind of lifts a brow and just oh you're right there. Can I help you with anything?
Apologies. I should probably take the ball out of my mouth.
We don't appear to make a reaction to that. And they just kind of nod their heads like, yeah, no, I get it. Like, you know, balls. Yeah. I've been around Ike long enough to know that. Yeah, no, it's fine. You see this person lift a hand up to their mouth and just kind of cover their mouth. Hold on, you're saying, yeah. So, can I help you at all? Like, you alright?
You wouldn't happen to be familiar with some mysterious person runs around in a black cloak, incredibly acrobatic, dexterous. Stole my wallet earlier this morning.
Stole your wallet? Oh, mate. Oh, all right. And you see this person kind of lean back on one hand and tap their finger against their chin and furrow their brows, and they just kind of look around and say, "Well, I mean, there's quite. How new are you to Villestown? Like, you've been around a lot. I mean, no offense, but that could be like a lot of different people. Like, I mean, specifically with cloaks, I mean, I can't think of anyone specifically for like a cloak, but I mean, there are a few like, I guess there are like phantom thieves and stuff about, but person with a cloak, I'm not too sure, mate. Sorry. You can roll insight on that if you want.
I shall. What's your insight, my man? Oh. 17.
Yeah, no, this person does seem kind of he's pretty confused, having their chin, giving it things like, nah, mate, sorry, I can't think of anyone running around in a cloak, making stuff. I mean, it'd be kind of obvious if you're running around in a cloak in Villestown, no offense. You know, it's not exactly the most subtle of disguises. But I mean, if you want, I can help you find him.
That would be greatly appreciated. And
Yeah, I ain't got
just
nothing else
tips
to
his
do
head a
today.
little.
This figure kind of stands up, and as they stand up, you see they're about like 5'6", maybe. It's kind of hard to tell. As they stand up, you do see that yeah, they are wearing quite a few layers. And they're wearing dark, kind of old, worn leather boots, some kind of breeches, and they're wearing like leather gloves. Uh, yeah, no, they're just kind of looking around, the black hair swishing around, and they're just, well, I mean, if you want to go, I mean, I ain't seen nobody like that, but if there's, a lead or something you got, I guess we'll follow along. I've got nothing else to do today. So we'll lead the way, I guess. He gestures around his hand.
Man honestly does not actually know where to start. So
I'm gonna roll an insight to see if you can figure that out. How how much can you figure out this person is clueless? 21. Look at you.
You absolutely are fully aware that this man is absolutely clueless about the type of job he has.
I feel like he's just kind of looking around, but then his gaze slowly looks back to the ball, and he just starts to slowly squeak the ball.
That is the only brain cell man has.
Oh
It's
God! This person kind of leaves in and lets out a sigh and says, right, okay, right, so place to look for a thief. Starts to tap the side of their chin, like, well,
Let's begin with the market over there. A lot of people. Should be a lot of pickpocketers.
yeah, that's a good point. Crowded areas are where people tend to get pickpocketed the most. Yeah, that's good thinking. Yeah, that's real good thinking. And they just snap their fingers and kind of like pat you on your elbow and say, "Well, all right then, let's head over and have a look. See if we can find any suspicious characters in cloaks, eh?" And a little
I
bit.
want you to know Manny is wagging his tail a lot once you tell him that he has a good idea.
Oh no! Oh, can I roll an insight to see if they figure out it's because they said that, or
Sure, go ahead.
the 20?
20.
This figure knows that man perhaps enjoys being called good and or praised. Interesting.
He likes being called a good boy.
He likes being called a good boy, and he is a good boy. So he should. Um, very good boy. But yeah, they pat your elbow, man, and they just kind of like, all right. I guess if you don't know where exactly to go, I can lead the way. Yeah, I'd suggest don't lose track of me and don't lose track of your stuff either. before we go, actually, where's like your wallet and your valuables? Like, you know where you keep them?
Of course, I know where I keep him. I keep him right. And he's about to reach into where he keeps his valuables. He looks at the person. He turns around quickly to make sure that they're not looking, as he's just like patting himself down. Like, okay, do I still have my wallet? Is it still on me? I'm gonna quickly make a perception check.
Okay.
13.
I'm pretty sure your wallet's still on you. You can feel like I don't know how much stuff Mann tends to keep in his
a lot. I want to tell you that as he's like reaching into his hammer space to try and like pull it out his wallet, his ears kind of like droop a little as he enters this anxious state, just reaching into every single inch of his hammer space.
No.
He begins to kind of like look around him and he twirls, trying to find, and suddenly he just comes out with a wallet like, here it is.
Maybe you've given me an anxious thought, man. Oh no. Oh no, I've got to roll something now. Hang on. Okay, that's fine. This person just kind of bites the lip a little and nods at you and says, right, okay, well, what I'd suggest you do, don't keep them in outside pockets, put them, I'd suggest not keeping them on the inside but the outside pockets. Tuck them right against your skin, because that way you'll know if someone takes stuff, and kind of like tug on your elbow and walk you along as they're saying this. And they say, the thing about thieves is go into places where the thing is, in a casual bump of the crowd, it's real easy to just kind of reach your hand in, slip it in, take something out, you know. You're not going to be paying attention. You're paying attention to the crowds, the smell, the scent, like, the sounds, everything. And as this person's talking, coming up to the sound of a market, like an outdoor market, which, unlike the person that was selling like magical fruits and vegetables in strange colours, this is just a normal fruits and vegetable market. And they kind of gesture around and say, this kind of place is rife for pickpockets and thieves. So keep your stuff up to your skin, because then you can tell when it's missing. Otherwise, keeping things in your pockets is a lot easier to just slip a hand in and yoink something, you know? So, word of advice, just that's a good first step. Anything you really don't want stolen, keep close on you.
Okay, so Manny is kind of looking at his wallet. He puts this into consideration. I'm gonna roll a sleight of hand to see how well he actually does hide his wallet. 12.
Where does he put it?
That's an incredible question.
Well, he puts it down his pants, like not like on the side of his his pants, so it's like it's underneath his belt or something.
I was going to say he's kind of like looking at it. He pulls his shirt out and he kind of just drops it in there because like he tucks his shirt into his pants.
Oh my gosh, he's just got a very strange little rectangle shape now whereas he's walking along. There's just a weird little rectangle.
I mean, nobody really sees it. He's got a big tie to cover it.
That's a good point. Person looks you kind of up and down, squints at you, and just like nods and is like, right, okay. I mean, it's not the worst place to put it, certainly, but it's gonna want to make sure that doesn't your shirt doesn't get untucked, or that doesn't slip underneath your belt somehow and come out your trouser leg. Trust me, I've seen it happen. And this person just kind of looks around and says, "Oh, by the way, are you hungry at all, mate? Like, have you had anything to eat this morning? Because I'm bloody starving." I'm gonna roll.
I had a bone to chew on.
I mean, kind of stop and look at you and squint and say, I'm not trying to be rude here or anything, mate, but is a bone? You're a dog coon, but is a bone technically food for you? Is that sustainable, or do you need I don't know, I don't know, like food? Does that make sense? Not to say that the bone ain't food, mind you, but you know what I mean.
You know, I never really thought of that. I just chew a bone and I feel energized in the morning. But now that you mention it,
well, if it works for you, it works for you. I'm not I'm not trying to cry or anything, and this person just kind of lifts their hand to the back of their head, starts to scratch, and just
What's with the one?
that was a perception. They're kind of looking around, but they're trying to look around for a place to eat. As they're talking, they just wind themselves up more and more, just like, I'm not trying to pry, mate. Really, I'm just actually like, I'm not sorry. Just go this way, and you can get something to eat if you want or not. I'm not going to make you eat anything. And they just kind of dash. Well, not dash. They just kind of walk off in a direction.
And Manny does kind of like jog behind a little bit to try and catch up.
Dick Crimes. You can catch up. They're shorter than you for one.
I can. I can.
But yeah. I guess. Is there?
Okay. I was going to say that as Manny just kind of runs up, he says, "Dick Crimes."
What? The person just kind of blinks, looks over their shoulder. What? Sorry, what was that? I didn't.
My name. I'm Detective Crimes.
You're. Blink. You're Detective Crimes.
Yes.
It's gonna blink. And I'm gonna.
Was it not obvious that I'm a detective? No, Manny. No, it was not.
Oh my gosh! There's a history all of a 4. They have never heard of you. Man. This person just...
You know what? From Dreamworkers.
Blink. Sorry, mate. I'm more of a Villestown local. I'm not. I've never really heard of you, mate. Sorry. Scratch back of the head again. I'm not trying to say you're not a good detective or anything, but I just haven't heard of you. The thing. So, sorry.
It's common.
It's all right.
Unfortunately.
Well, I've got to say, last name Crimes. You said
Crimes.
Crimes. What's your first name, if you don't mind me asking?
Manny.
Okay, hang on. 15. Okay. Manny, you see this person bite their lip again.
Am I gonna regret this?
And then it's like slowly nodding. It's like Manny Chrimes. So, okay. All right, Manny Chrimes. My name is well, I suppose for now you can call me Rab. And they hold a hand out for you to shake. They hold their right hand out for you to shake.
Oh, Manny absolutely grabs that hand, and there's like this cow rattling sound as he just shakes it up and down. Nice to meet you.
Gosh, I'm gonna roll a strength save. Actually no, I'm looking at this, but yeah, no, you're fine. Yeah, get shaken up and down. They just kind of, it's nice to meet you too, mate. I mean, don't get to talk to people outside of town very often. It's nice to have some out of towners to come around and have a look. Right, yeah. How about we get something to eat first, and then we can have a look around for this mysterious figure, yeah?
Absolutely.
Right then. Onwards and upwards then. And this person kind of looks around. You want to roll perception? Because they're just looking around saying,
Absolutely.
I'll admit, I don't often actually come to the I don't actually come into here very often. I'll admit, fruit and veg aren't technically my thing. Yeah. Is there anything you smell that you want to take the fancy of?
Manny just lifts his nose to the air and he's trying to smell for something. Just anything that piques his interest. What smells do you think would be around in the market?
Well, it is a fruit and vegetable market mainly. So there'd be a lot of like smoothie stalls. There's be like hummus with like carrots and stuff. There would be like a little tea shop. A place that sells carrot cakes and stuff like that. Man. Oh, I know. There would be a stall that smells like nuts.
Oh.
Man, as you kind of take a deep inhale, you smell. Oh, that's peanut butter. Oh, that's almond butter. Oh, that's nut butter. Nut butter's a good thing. It's not breakfast food, technically, but who's going to stop you? Who's going to stop you?
Nobody.
No one.
And Manny is just like as he smells this, he kind of lets the scent guide him. I want to say that as he continues to smell all of like the peanut butter and the stuff, you see him kind of begin to lift off the floor a little as he lets the scent guide him.
Rob is just gonna like slide just like a foot away, and give Man room as they start to walk towards the stall with the nut butters and stuff. And they're just gonna follow behind with a little quirk of a smile to the lips. And they know better than to interfere with Toon shenanigans. They're just gonna let it happen.
Yes, just let the Toon shenanigans happen. But
Yeah.
Manny does land in front of the little shop, and he is once again just like the rubber ball. He is just looking over it with stars in his eyes.
By the way, have you still got the rubber ball? Are you still holding that?
Yes, I'm still holding on to that. Okay. I think he tucked it away into his hammer space.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you come to the nut butter stall. There's butter. There's butter of all kinds. It's like normal tub butter, margarine. There's not quite margarine. There's sort of margarine. There's technically margarine, and then there's like just butter, not butter, but butter, which is Budda. Which is kind of like butter, but it's thick. It's basically dummy thick butter, which is butter. And then there's like nut butters, which is nut, cashew, almond, coconut. It's probably like walnut in there as well. And they do like shakes. Do like do spices. They do all sorts of different things. Rob follows you and looks and says, "Oh right. I mean, yeah. If you want one of those, I can pay for you, mate." And they kind of reach into one of their underneath their many layers and like start to pull out something.
Manny is still eyeing the butter. He's now gotten into a deep debate in his mind with a single brain cell of which butter he wants.
Rob is just standing next to him, looking at him, like, right. Well, while you're thinking about it, I'm just gonna go ahead and excuse me, can I get one of these? And starts to point at different things on the menu he wants, and the person's like, oh yeah, of course. Let me pull up for you, and just have a little exchange, a little chatter. Man is deciding with his one tiny little brain cell. Gosh.
Manny is still thinking, and actually, as he is thinking, do you ever so quickly want to make an insight check on him?
Absolutely. I would always like to check. It's a 9! What is up, Rob? Oh, buddy!
You see something glint in his eyes, but you just assume that's the peanut butter reflecting back in his little dot eyes.
Oh. I'm gonna roll a save actually, because there's something Rob wants to do, and they know probably not a good idea, but they're gonna do it. No, they're not gonna do it. I will say, even though you're focused on the butter, you do see Rob kind of reach out a hand and then kind of stop, and then just kind of like pat you on the shoulder quickly and say, "You made up your mind yet? The quicker we get food in us, the quicker we can actually look for the person wandering around in a cloak."
Manny kind of snaps back to reality. Oh yeah, I'll have the peanut butter.
Peanut butter, right? Okay. Yeah, peanut butter. Like extra large one. Like a. And as you say that, they do make a whistle noise with their mouth, because you realise, yeah, they're not a toon. They can't actually make that noise as a sound effect. And the toon behind the counter nods and says, "Oh, yeah, sure, coming right up." And they hand over some gold, quite a bit of gold actually. And man, you see them take. So thing is, the containers these butters are taken in, they're like ice cream tubs, and they do have like ice cream scoops. They take the whole tub out, and they put it to the side, and then they take 2 more tubs out of the fridge and put those to the side, and then they put a new tub into the display. They take 3 tubs, they put it into a blender, they put up with some stuff, and they're like, wait, what, you want milk in there or water? Like, are you like allergic to anything? Oh yes, we're so sorry. Do you have any allergies?
Nope. None. Nope.
No preference in milk or anything like that?
Nope.
Excellent. And then they just kind of see like a load of people come around from seemingly nowhere, standing over this vat of a mixer of a blender, and just clog everything in. They just slowly, like, they start to snap on like rubber gloves, and they start donning masks, and they just slowly tip the peanut butter slabs into it, and with they land into this vat of a tub, and they get large metal stirring rods, and they start stirring it, and you can kind of hear chanting coming from them, like a it's very strange. This is starting to look less and less like making a smoothie and more and more like some sort of witch ritual. Eventually the stirring is done. They boom, 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 their stirrers on the side. And then man, you see them all together lift up the tub, carry it over to behind a curtain, and you hear a as they fit into something. And then the curtains pull back, and man, there is a there is a 10 foot there is a 10 foot paper there's a 10 foot like smoothie paper cup with a appropriate
10
size
foot.
straw for you, and they look at you and say, we hope you enjoy it. Yeah, it's these extra large ones. They're I mean, certainly fill you up. And everyone's just kind of laughs a bit, and they just wave, push it out on a trolley, and leave you there with the trolley and 10 foot tall peanut butter. Man, you have a 10 foot tall peanut butter smoothie, my friend.
Manny is absolutely starry-eyed. His tail is wagging so wildly. You swear it will eventually just fly off his butt and just helicopter away.
I just rolled something.
Yes.
What's your passive perception, by the way?
My passive perception, 15.
Okay, cool, that's fine.
I don't think that would have mattered, but
no, it's fine. I was just asking.
it's fine.
Yeah. So what do you do, man?
Manny is looking in awe at the peanut butter shake, and he's just when he suddenly kind of looks down and like, that's going to be a little difficult to carry around.
You hear like a coming from behind you, like, I mean, yeah, perhaps, but it did also kind of provide, a trolley of sort, and Rab from behind you just got at the tiny little four-wheel trolley. It's less like a trolley, like a supermarket one. It's like a flat piece of wood with four wheels put in the corners. You can wheel this thing around if you want.
That's incredible.
And I will say the straw is like a swirly curly whirly straw. It just kind of winds all around the bottle before conveniently being at your mouth level.
Manny grabs the trolley and he's like, well, I think we should start moving. And he puts the straw up to his mouth and slurp, slurp, slurp.
Oh my gosh. Rob follows behind, slurping their own smoothie. Before like pulling off the straw and says, right, well, I mean, we've got fuel for the day now. He shakes his smoothie a bit. So right, yeah. Want to see if you can actually find anyone in here, or like any descriptors other than like a cloak or anything?
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do a very smart move here, and I'm gonna make an intelligence check to see how much he actually remembers the appearance of the guy he was chasing.
Oh my word. Oh.
Takes a good while thinking as he slurps a little bit more. Well, they wore a black cloak. They were fast. They jumped on a truck. Had a black cloak.
Right. Rob's slowly nodding. It's like, well, did you catch any defining features? Like, I don't know, like a glimpse of their face, something up with their leg, how they ran, like, you know.
They're really good with balls.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. Say that again.
They're really good with balls.
It just stops. Blink, blinks, just right. Okay. I guess. I mean, Buckler, maybe then. Shrugs. Just man, you can see this person is just like, oh, okay, they are trying their best. Yeah, they're not a detective. You know. They're just like, okay, maybe juggler, put that on the list. They might be a runaway juggler in a circus, kinda.
Ooh, yes. And I'm going to ever so quickly make a hammer space roll. Okay, he pulls out a notebook and a red pen, and he kind of flips open to an empty page, and he starts to write down whatever he knows. Black cloak, good with balls, juggler.
I'm gonna say as you're doing that, you kind of feel someone tugging your elbow and trying to lean up, and Rob is just trying to like look at what you're writing, and it's just like, right. Also, remember to put down that they jumped on the back of a lorry. I think that's quite important, right?
Yeah, yes. And Manny begins to jot that down, and I am ever so quickly going to make an intelligence check against that.
Please go ahead.
3. No, he just keeps writing.
I love him. I love this kid so much. I love him so much.
He was on a lorry.
And nods, like, yeah, no, you need to make sure that you remember what they do, just in case you notice any patterns of people doing it in the future, you know? If you see anyone else jumping on the lorry and they're also wearing a cloak, might be your guy, you know? It's kind of important. And it just goes back to slapping that movie. Gosh. And I'm gonna roll a perception for them because they're gonna be like, how about we just have like a look around the market, see if we can see anything, and if not, then how about if we don't find anything in the market.
Did I spell lorry correct? Is it like a right. And I'm gonna make another perception check for Manny. If that's what I should do.
These.
Right. I will. What?
Oh gosh. Okay. Oh God, nat 20.
Nat 20.
Look around. Something in this nut butter has engaged your brain, pounded your brain, and you sniff, you twitch your ears in every direction. You're using all of your senses. It has activated your primal dog sense, and your detective senses are engaged.
The peanut butter has activated my inner wolf.
I can't believe the nut butter has engaged your inner wolf. But yes, look around, and you do it in a kind of sensible order, in that like you guys kind of follow every aisle and go through every aisle and around every systematically kind of go around and try and see anything, and you don't see anyone in a cloak. Well, actually, no, you see people in cloaks, but the wrong colour. There's like a red cloak and a green cloak, but they're like kids. They're like little kids running around. They seem to be like little wizardy people. And then you see another cloak, and that's just...
Honey, sweetheart, I would like to remind you that Manny is a dog. Dogs are colorblind.
You're right.
Bold of you to assume he'd be able to tell the difference between these colors.
Okay, and fine.
Can I get a gag that as he sees this like cloaked little child coming by, he reaches for his pistol for Rob to be like, no, that's a child.
Would immediately smack his hand and tell him, "What the hell are you doing? That's clearly a child. Were you mugged by a child? Did a child commit the robbery?"
That's a child. They're wearing a cloak.
Rob's just gonna look at Mann.
All the cloaked people look the same.
Man, Rob is just gonna squeeze your wrist and say, "I think we're gonna have a little talk later about what constitutes a criminal. Also, because they're wearing a cloak doesn't mean they're the perp. Not every cloaked person is a criminal. That's like saying every dog is you. Not every dog is Detective Manny Chrimes. Gosh. Yeah,
I am going to quickly make an intelligence check on that to see if he actually understands what you just told him. 4.
No.
He just blinks at you.
All right, fine.
You can tell that he doesn't understand what you're telling him.
This person just blinks and sighs and rubs the bridge of their nose, and it's just right. Okay. Tell you what, I'll talk to you later about it. I'll give you my number or something. Oh, I don't know. I guess if I've got time later, I might pop in and see. I'll try and explain it to you later, mate. Oh, give me just a moment. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I had someone.
You're fine.
Basically they're just kind of nodding. But with a nat 20, I will say you don't have to roll insight. You see that Rab is looking around. They don't seem to be looking around, if that makes sense. Like they're clearly like looking around the place, but they don't seem to be looking at any of the cloaked people. They just seem to be looking in general, which is, I mean, they don't seem as alert as you are about this.
Manny continues to look around, and eventually, I want to say that at some point he just stops raising his gun at every cloaked person. He slowly has started to understand the message.
The minute you try to raise the gun at anyone, Rob is just hand on your arm that is reaching for the gun and like, no, don't do that. That's
Manny will eventually try and like throw Rob off by using his other hand to reach the gun.
I'm gonna roll a strength contest here.
No, I'm joking. That was a joke. But if you want.
I mean, I just like the idea of Rob potentially hanging from this guy's elbow as they try to freaking.
That's a 10.
That's a 10. Let's see. It's an 8.
That's an 8.
So yeah, no, Rob is dangling from your elbow, and like their pit toes are on the ground, but they're trying to reach for the gun that is way far above their head. As Mann tries to point it at people, they can't quite because Rob is making it very difficult. There's a real kind elf and a tall dog Toon in the middle of a farmer's market, indoor farmer market, with a
10-foot cup of peanut butter.
With a 10-foot cup of peanut butter smoothie, trying to wave a gun at people. But again, this is a Toon town. This is a Toon city. This is old hat. This is fine. This is fine. Gosh. I need to roll something while this is going on. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I will say as this is going on, man, you feel something like in your shirt move. Not like down the front, but down the back of your shirt.
Oh boy. Manny kind of lowers his gun. He's letting Rob finally touch the ground as he uses his other hand to pat his back. That's an odd feeling.
Okay. Thanks. Okay. You kind of pat around your back, and you kind of pat, and then you feel something near the base of your back. Feels like a little rectangle.
Manny is untucking his shirt to let it fall out, picks it up off the ground to see what it is.
A wallet. Your wallet's
is it
in the back of your.
Is it my wallet?
I mean, I don't know. What does your wallet look like, man?
I mean, he's got the classic brown square wallet.
Well, yeah, it's a classic brown square wallet.
He opens it up. He looks inside.
It's got all of your got money in it. It's got pictures in it. It's got and it's got your badge in it.
Manny is flipping through to see if he still has the pictures of Max. Listen, take the money, but you don't dare take his pictures.
I will say as you're going through, you look at you look in your wallet, and none of the money is missing. None of the pictures are missing. But there is in fact a piece of paper that wasn't in there before.
Well, what does it read?
You fold it up, you take it out, unfold it, and it says, "Dear Detective Manny Chrimes, I appreciate the fun we had this morning. My apologies for my apologies for lifting this off of your person. But I did very much enjoy this morning. It gave me up quite a bit. Should you ever need a helpful escort around town, or perhaps even just a friendly chat, feel free to pop back to that house with no door. I'll be around." And signed at the bottom is an R and a B, and a weird little doodle of a white circle with a black crescent carved around the edges.
Manny looks at it and he kind of turns like, "Hey, Rob, did you see this?"
You look around. Rob's not here. Rob is gone.
And he once again is kind of looking all around him. He stands on the trolley to get even higher, and he's like looking over the entire market like, huh, that's strange. Well, anyway, back to finding that cloaked, mysterious person.
Man, you are it's just you and your 10-foot peanut butter slush slurpy smoothie as you wander around. I will say for the sake of Mann that you don't think there's going to be any leads here. You don't smell or see anything familiar that would denote this particular individual.
I was actually going to say this is probably a good place to stop the FPS.
Oh yeah. No, that was just for the sake of Mann, so he's not fucking walking around in the market all day.
Yeah.
But yeah, hooray. You never found out who Rob was. That sure was a fun person, and I wonder who that mysterious individual was.
I sure do wonder. Actually,
I do a big old shrug.
Can I make one final intelligence check
Please.
to see if he actually finally pieces it together?
A nat 20, come on, boy.
13.
No.
He's looking over his notes, and I do want to say the last line that Manny does is, "Wait, how did he know about the Larry?"
And I guess that's where we can end it.
Hurrah!
Haha.
Ha ha ha!
Very much for playing with me, BB. Gosh, I love Mann. I love him.
You are all fun to play with.
So fun. Oh, I hold him so softly. I want to pat him and say he's the best boy. Such a good boy.
He is the best boy.
He's so good. Yes, thank you so much for playing with me, BB. Thank you for people listening both now and in the future. I hope this was fun. I had a lot of fun. I hope you had fun, BB.
I had a lot of fun. You're a lot of fun to play with.
Thank you. Yes. Oh, I forgot to say as well. There was another thing in your pocket that you'll find later. And if you pull it out, there's a tennis ball in your pocket. This is not your tennis ball. This is a brand new tennis ball.
Oh, beloved, but he's currently too busy with his peanut butter, so...
I know. That's fine. You'll find it later.
We'll find it later.
Yeah. This is where I'm going to pause, stop recording. Thank you for
Alrighty.
playing with me, Phoebe. And this is where I say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Thanks for
Bye.
listening.
See ya.